Good morning.
Morning.
How are you, Patty?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I think there's only 4 people here so far. Yeah. So we'll just wait for people to arrive slowly but surely. I think Patty's the only one that I can see. Got my superpower mug. Eric. And Amir's there. I don't know who Fireflies is, but hi. See Marnie.
Is this the honey? Oh, that's the bunny. Is this the honey? Oh, oops, that's my bunny. Is the honey?
Miss Erin, you're going to have to mute yourself. Oh,
Yeah, there's
or I can mute you. Okay. Hi, Marnie.
Hi, Judith. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Excellent. All right. So we're still just going to wait for a few people to enter. And, as you know, I've been keeping everyone up to date with my my luck with going live, like Zooming or streaming into the Facebook community. And I tried it again last night and got locked out. Facebook hates me. So I just like, I don't even want to try right now anything. But whatever. You guys are here, so. All right. Is anyone else in the, oh. I see. Billy Jane. Billy Jane's here. Lois is here. See Joanne. Who else did I see? Hi.
Hi.
Now, if I miss anyone, don't be offended because I'm screen sharing and then I got like the little box so I can't see everyone all at the same time. All right. Everyone just wants to drop it in the chat. Good morning, where you're at, or where you're tuning in from. Billy Jane's plugging in from Ajax. Wow, you're far. No, I'm just kidding. And Lois from Whitby. Seems like we're gonna get a lot of Durham people. Yeah, Whitby. I'm a Whitby girl. You too? Awesome. Yeah, lots of Durhamite. Definitely was hoping to, well, it's the US Thanksgiving today. Love my Durham region. I know, I love it too. Yes, today is oh, Marnie from Bowmanville. Today's US Thanksgiving, so we can hopefully catch the replay. Okay, how many people do we have here? Am I freezing? No? Okay. Yeah, if I'm freezing, just let me know. You know how internet can be a little temperamental sometimes. I don't know if anyone else is in the waiting room. Okay, it's 11:07, so we will get started because I got a lot of info to cover. And I will do my best just to keep an eye on the waiting room. All right, well, thank you for joining me, everyone. So glad that you're here. I thought I would just throw this masterclass together real quick, just because I hear a lot of I don't have time. And you know what? Time management, it's a struggle. And sometimes the time just gets away from us, and it happens with me all the time as well. If I'm not focused, and if I'm not intentional with my time, before I know it, it's like 4 PM. I'm like, what did I do today? And I really, really hate that. I hate losing time. So you are here today because you want to be able to show up online and save time with simple strategies that work, right? So if that's you, drop a yes in the chat or the comments below, if that's you. Let's see. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yes. Good. All right. And if you haven't responded and you're just here to watch, that's good too. But I'm glad everyone's here. Okay. So my name is Judith Tate. I am the business coach and side hustle queen. I help women business owners to stand out as the authority in their industry by increasing their confidence, conquering their fears, managing their mindset, and by implementing time-saving strategies and productivity hacks so they can get more clients and scale their business. Oh. Marnie, I'm admitting, should I admit you again? I see that you're in the waiting room. Do you want to switch devices? Okay, sorry. All right, so time management. I love teaching about time management strategies because I'm a productive person. And I say productive, I emphasize that because I get a lot of stuff done. There's a big difference between productive and busy, right? How many people agree? Say yes, drop a yes in the comments. Or you can wave your hands, I just can't see everybody.
Progress.
Perfect. So I have to be very, I'm getting feedback. I have to be very, oh, thumbs up from Billy Jane. Thank you. I'm going to be very intentional and strategic with my time because I work a full-time job. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a police officer. I've been a police officer for 24 years. A few years ago, I went back to school and I got my degree in business administration, and that took up a lot of time. I did that while I was in the detective office, and being in the detective office was not easy, just because there's a lot of investigative work, and it spills over into your days off. So even on your days off, you're in court, you're dealing with crowns, you're dealing with victims. So I did all of that, and I did my degree while I was going through the detective office, all of that, and I was still able to get through it and pass my degree successfully, obviously, because I got my degree. And right at the end of my degree, I started probably about a month or two before I graduated. I started my dog walking and pet sitting business, and shortly after, I started my coaching business. So now, like, I'm still working full-time job. I'm running 2 businesses, and on top of that, I've got a TV show on Rogers TV Durham. It's called At the Heart of Business, for anyone who hasn't seen it. It's a wonderful show. And if you're interested in being featured on it, just let me know and I'll have you on the show. But with that show, it's like, I don't just show up and start talking. I have to do like a lot of preparation. So I got to find my guests. I got to prepare my guests. And there's a lot of work in the background that goes into it. So this is just to give you an idea of how I have to manage my time, but I'm still very productive. I get a lot of stuff done, and I'm still successful because I'm very good with my time. And not all the time, because it's hard to be, well, you can't be perfect, but it's hard to be good all the time, but most of the time I am. So I don't know, did anyone see my post in the Lady Boss community? This one, excuses are stupid and stupid is expensive. What are your excuses costing you? So when you get a chance, you can go back and read it. But basically, what I talked about was the excuses that we make for not doing stuff, the excuses that we make for not showing up, whether it be in business and life, in any area of our life, we make excuses for not showing up. Hang on, just entering more people. Okay, I think. So what inspired me to write this was I was thinking about my coach the other day, and when I first met her, I went to this event and I saw on her sign, her big sign, excuses are stupid and stupid is expensive. What are your excuses costing you? And I thought, wow, that's kind of rude. And I thought, well, it's such a bold statement. There's obviously something to it. So in a conversation that I had with her, I can't remember exactly what we were talking about, but she challenged me on the excuses that I was making about not being successful or not getting to a level of business that I wanted. So she's like, I really thought about what she said, and I thought, she's got a really good point. So my big excuse was, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Does anyone else make this excuse? Yeah. What's another big excuse? Drop it in the chat. What are some of your big excuses? I have too much on my plate. Got it. Yeah. I don't know what to post. Yeah. Anyone else? Oh, it's too much trouble. There's too many other important things to do. Oh yes, I've got too many of the. Yeah, got it. Yeah, exactly. So, as I said, like, I just went over all the things that I was doing, and I realized, I thought, you know what? I can either stay stuck in my excuses, or I can implement strategies, time-saving strategies. I'm not sure where that feedback's coming back, but can you just make sure you're muted? So I thought I can either stay stuck in my excuses, or I can release my excuses and move forward. And then once I released my excuses, it's amazing how so many other things in my life started to open up, so many other opportunities. My excuses were keeping me stuck, and I was so focused on my excuses, and I was so committed to holding on to these excuses that I couldn't look forward to the future and what could be possible. And then, of course, what that translates to is you hold on to your excuses, you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not getting out there, you're not getting clients, you're not making the money you want. So it's costing you a lot of money in, like, even in a direct or indirect way. Okay. All right. So how you do anything is how you do everything. If you're not getting the results you want in one area of your life, chances are you're seeing the same thing in other areas of your life. Time management is one thing I love to coach clients on because this is something I had to work on in order to achieve the success I have now. My biggest excuse, in addition to I don't have money, was I don't have time. And that's what both of these were, excuses. And these excuses were expensive because they were costing me money. So everyone, from this day forward, when it comes to showing up online, no more excuses. When you release excuses, you open up, as I said, you open up so many other areas of your life. You start looking at ways to find the time to fit things in or to find the money. And when you implement time-saving strategies, systems and processes in your business, it actually frees up some of your time to do the things that you enjoy. So for me, going for a walk with my Sophie, I enjoy doing a lot of things. Could be hanging out with my besties, and one of them's right here, Erin. This is Erin right here. And it could be hanging out with my hubby and the dog, going for road trips, or hanging out at my beach house, watching the sailboats go by, right? Everything, all these little pieces fall in place, and it actually frees up the time for you to do the things that you really enjoy. So today I'm just going to cover 4 quick and simple time management hacks to boost your online presence. There are so many different time management strategies, and I don't want to keep you here all day, and I'm really watching my time because I have a tendency to deliver so much information. It's like, oh, I got to make sure you know all this. So I'm watching my time, but I'm just going to go over 4 strategies today, and they're really quick and simple. Okay, so I'm just going to stop share. All right, give me a second. Okay. So the first strategy, be intentional with your time online. It's so easy to go online and get sucked into, looking at pictures, updates, and this is specifically like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever your preferred platform is, or maybe just like all of them. So it's so easy to get sucked in, looking at updates, liking, commenting. You got to be really intentional with your time because this is going to be a huge factor in your success. So being intentional with your time means doing things like turning off your notifications on your phone. One thing I do is when I get online and I have to be focused, I will turn off my notifications just because they drive me insane. Oh, Billie Jean says rabbit's hole. I know. It's crazy. Let me see what else is happening in the chat here. Yeah, so be very intentional. You got to leave, your phone. This is another thing that I'll do. I will leave my phone in another room because my phone consistently goes off. I run 2 businesses. There is always somebody demanding my time, reaching out to me. It could be a client. It could be one of my staff members. It could even be, work. Like if I'm on a day off, it could be work calling. I I have to put my phone away in another room. Or if it's in my room, how long do you commit to intentional online media daily? Well, it depends on what your goals are. So it's hard to say, but I would say definitely do your work and say at least whatever you can focus, forever how long you can focus. So if you want to do, say, 20 minutes of like focused work or 45 minutes, I can usually sit for about 45 minutes before I have to get up and move around. So I would say build your time, your intentional time online around how long you can sit and focus and what you have to do and what your daily goals are. So that's a really good question, Billie Jean. That's going to be very different for everyone because there's no cookie cutter approach. You have to decide what works for you. Okay. What else? Oh, setting a timer. You've got to set a timer. And it's like I just mentioned, the 45 minutes. I am the type of person that I'm like a dog on a bone. Once I get into something and I'm focused, I will not move. Like there are times that, oh, Joanne, did you ask a question? I'm going to, oh, okay. Oh no, I see. I just don't want to miss anything. If I miss anything in the chat, we can we'll do a Q&A after. Okay, so yeah, setting a timer. All right, when you're sitting down, you're doing your work, whatever it is, set a timer. Because as I said, like I'm the type of person, I will sit for hours. Like if I'm really, really focused on something and I'll look up and 2 hours later, it's like, oh my gosh. And then I get up and I'm so stiff. It's also really good for you just to get up and move your body as well, right? So set a timer. What else? So if you're not sure how you're spending your time online, there are several apps that you can use to help eliminate distractions and schedule focus time. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat here. Okay. All right, so that link that I just dropped there in the chat, it gives like a whole bunch of different apps that you can use to track and limit your social media usage. All right. Again, do a comparison. There's so many different kinds, like Social Fever, Off Time, Moment, Stay Free, Stay Focused, Freedom, Flipped, Space, Quality Time, App Detox. You want to make sure that you're getting an app that serves your needs. They all do so many different things. Okay. And then as I said, definitely do a comparison. You can even Google it, compare this app to that app. Or another really good app that helps you to compare other apps is getapp.com. That's another really good one. I personally don't use an app, but I am really good at grabbing my phone and setting the timer. So, but apps are good because they'll actually, if you want to, like, depending on what your social media strategy is, you may want to see how much time you're spending on each platform, and you may want to track it. You want something that's going to measure it, right? And what your activities are. And that's what these apps do. They give you different metrics that you can measure your time on whichever platforms that you choose. Okay, so that's definitely something to look at. There's so much out there. Other ways to be intentional. Just say no. Does everyone know how to say no? You know what? Us as women, sometimes we don't know how to say no. And you know what? Not even just as women in business, because we're in business to serve and we want to serve everybody. And sometimes you can't serve everyone. Yes, I agree. It's so hard. So just say no, because there's so many demands on our time. And as I said, we all want to serve, but what's going to happen is you're going to drain yourself and you're going to drive yourself insane and just create so much stress. Saying no prevents you from spending the day responding to everyone else's urgencies. And then you end up getting frustrated and you're like, I'm so far behind. And saying no could be clients, it could be to family, it could be to friends. It just depends, right? Sometimes, you have family that demands so much of your time. Even for those who have kids, if you have young kids at home, tell them no, like if they want you to do something right now, no, this is my time, and set those boundaries. Boundaries are really, really important. That's another thing that, I had to learn that really, really fast in business because my dog walking and pet sitting business, like it grew really fast, and taking on, like, I had so many clients and they're all making these demands, and they're, doing things like booking last minute. And it was just, I really had to learn how to put boundaries in place. And I'm telling you, it helped. It relieved my stress level so much. So say no, set boundaries. All right. Also, know what your goals are. Okay. So this is number 2. Know what your goals are. Without clear goals, you have no direction. If you attended the visibility challenge, you may remember me talking about having a mission and vision statement for your business. If you don't have at least a vision, how do you know where you want your business to go or what level to take it to? How many people at least have a vision statement? Yeah, let's see. Okay, that's good. Setting clear goals with your social media strategy will help you to show up more consistently in your business and will help you to reach your business objectives. Some examples of social media goals could be: 1, increasing your brand awareness. So you can measure things like the followers, how many people you can potentially reach. You can measure the reach of your social media posts. You could measure mentions, shares, or tags when you're tagged in something. How many people are talking about your brand. So there's different metrics that you can put in place. So that's one thing. Another goal could be driving traffic to your website. So traffic from your social media. How many visitors are coming from your social media channel? Share of your overall traffic. How much of your traffic does social media account for? The bounce rate of social media traffic. What's the quality of traffic from the social media? So are they going to your page and then bouncing and then falling off? Like, that's what the bounce rate is. Like, they fall off. So if they fall off, if they click on, say, something from your social media, like a post that you've done to your website, and they fall off after that, then maybe there was something. You might have to tweak something in your posts or, the information on your website. It's all analytics. Does everyone look at their Google Analytics? Or first of all, is everyone on Google? Yes, most people. Okay. And does everyone look at all their analytics? No? Okay. Yeah, you know what? What you focus on grows. So you need to be looking at your analytics. All right. It's very, very important, because otherwise, how do you know what's working and what's not working? It's a way to measure, right? And if you want to measure stuff, you have to know what to measure, and you have to pay attention to it. So it's really, really important to set aside time, whether it be like once a week, once a month, whatever. Set aside time to do like an audit on all your accounts on your website, and look at these analytics. Start measuring what's working, what's not working, who's visiting your website, where are they falling off, right? Because if they're falling off and there's a lot of people that shows, and Google Analytics, it can be very complicated. And I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not an expert in it at all, but I'm pretty sure, like, if I did my research, I could do a day-long course on Google Analytics, because there's so much to look at there. Yeah, so website. Another thing to measure is, another goal could be to generate new leads. So that could be obtaining an email address or some kind of contact info, downloads of your content. How many people visited from your social media and downloaded your gated content? Participation. How many people participated in your social media contests or events and shared their information with you? Clicks on your lead generation social media post. How well is your messaging on these posts? Which is what I mentioned before. Like, you know, if there was a bounce rate, maybe there was something in that post that wasn't clear or wasn't effective or it wasn't anything that made them want to click on it. Conversions of leads from social media. How good are the leads that are coming from social media? Another goal could be to increase your revenue. So this could be looking at how many signups or how much revenue is your social media channels bringing in? Like how many new clients are you getting? Right? And I know social media can be a little more complicated to get the exact measurement of or idea of how it's working, but there are ways of doing it. There are little things that indicate, you know, okay, this is working, that's not working. This platform is a little more effective than this platform. This platform brings more website traffic than this one. Also ads. How much revenue is your social media advertising bringing in? And that's if you're doing ads. And I would say ads are fairly straightforward. You put up an ad, and then when people click on it, and it gives you the whole readout whenever you do ads. I'm not a huge fan of ads myself because I'm more into advertising on Google and organic growth and word of mouth. Ads for me, I've tried them several times and they haven't really brought in an extreme amount of business. So I personally stay away from ads, but it's not like it's something that you're going to get right the first time. You probably have to try a few different ways of measuring or different inputs, because you can look at the demographics, male, female, age group, where they live. There's so many different inputs that you can put into the ads and to give you the results, to give you whatever results. And you might have to tweak that a bit. But as I said, I'm not a big fan myself, but it is something that people do a lot of. Okay. Also, building a community around your business. That could be another goal. A great example is Facebook. Number of posts, likes, comments. How engaged is your community? So once you know what your goals are, you can use social media analytic tools to track your online presence. Here's a link to a number of online tracking tools which can help you see what's working, what's not working, where you should focus more of your time, money, and maybe where you shouldn't. So I'm going to drop this link in the chat. Okay, so there's another link. Another good tool is looking at your insights. How many people look at their insights? Just say on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, good. And it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Insights will help you measure what's happening on your business pages. So for Facebook and Instagram, I always check my insights to see what are the best times to post, the best day of the week, who my audience is, because this can change. This saves me time because it takes the guesswork out of knowing when's the best time to post and how to craft my marketing message. Just doing these two things will save you a lot of time in the long run and get more of the right eyes on your content. So check your insights. As I said, it's free. Knowing your goals will help you to focus and stay on track and not get sucked into doing meaningless, busy stuff that wastes time and does not drive your business, right? So I emphasize the difference between productive and busy. Another thing you can do is set aside time for content creation. How many people do this? Good. All right, let's see, drop it in the chat. What do you allocate for content creation, whether it be weekly, monthly, every 2 weeks? Patty's weekly, good. Marnie weekly. Joanne, 2 hours every 2 weeks. Good. Billie Jane weekly. Okay, that's good. I like it. I like that you ladies are doing that. That's awesome. All right. So set aside time to do your research and content creation once a week, once every 2 weeks, once per month, whatever works for you. I do mine a week at a time because that's about all that my attention span can really handle. Like it's because it can be a lot, right? So you just have to know your limits. You can use a social media scheduling tool. There are so many. And what I love about using scheduling tools is that my content is shared to multiple platforms all at once. I don't have to worry about it after. I'll check back in at certain times to engage with my audience. And I'll even put a timer on so that I can stay focused and get my content scheduled. All right. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat to several scheduling tools for you. All right. I'm just looking at the comments here. Sandra said at least 4 hours a week. Lois says seldom because I've been hibernating, but I'm ready to step out of my comfort zone. Yes, that's good. Billie Jane says, go on, Lois. That's why you're here. Awesome. Do these tools service all Facebook groups? You'd have to look at them individually. I don't know every single one of them, but you have to look at them individually. And what I would suggest is doing a comparison. So with that app, getapp.com, many of them are probably in there and you can just load them in and do a comparison. Or you can even Google it. Like sometimes when I've wanted to compare two apps, I'll just Google it. Like Buffer versus the Planoly or whatever, right? And then it'll give you the differences and what they do, like the features of each one of them. So definitely take your time to research it. And then a lot of these apps too, they'll give you like a free trial. So if you just want to try something, they'll give you a free trial for it depends, like say 7 days or 14 days. So make sure you do the trial. And if you're not happy with it, remember, put a note to cancel because you still have to put your credit card in, right? And if you forget, which I've done before, it's like, oh, now I'm locked in for a year. And another thing that I would suggest is just doing it. If you're still not 100% sure, just do month to month, because it does make sense. Like if you like it and you want to commit to it, then do the year. You'll save a lot of money. But if you're not sure and you're thinking, okay, maybe I want to try this just a little bit past the trial, just do month to month. And then that way you can just cancel after. Okay. So that's what I've been doing, because there's a lot of different apps that I've been using, or a lot of different websites and tools and all that stuff. And I'm starting just to do month to month until I find something that I want to actually commit to. All right. Okay, so social media scheduling tools are an efficient way to organize your overall social media management process, which helps to maximize your online presence and connect you with your audience or ideal client. When it comes to using social media management tools, make sure you do a comparison, as I said, to ensure that you're using one that will help you achieve your business goals. So the pros to doing your own social media is that it really helps to keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in your business, and it's your brand voice. The downside is you still have to carve out the time and you got to be really disciplined and focused. But if you're aware of what your goals are that we talked about, you'll know what to focus on when it comes to content creation, where to post, what time of the day, who your audience is, all of that. If you're using Facebook and Instagram, as I mentioned, you can use the tools that are available within those platforms. So Facebook and Instagram, they have the Business Suite, which is free, and it helps you to manage your Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger accounts all in one place, which saves you time and it helps you to maximize your online presence. So you don't have to switch back and forth between each app. Like all the comments and messages coming in, it's all in one spot, and you can just respond on the go. Because as you know, people like we're in this world of like convenience, and people want like an immediate response or reaction or whatever. So you can keep up with your like all the comments and likes in your clients or inquiries or concerns all in real time. Be careful with that though, because you could spend a lot of time, like all day, responding. I would suggest setting aside time, like this is the time of the morning where I'm going to do my engagement. So when you're on social media, it's all about engaging, and it's not just about posting your own stuff and having people react to your own stuff. You have to do the same, like go in, it's all community building, right? So you want to go into the community, you want to engage with other people's content and posts and liking and sharing and all that. So set aside time. For me, I actually have my assistant doing 15 minutes every single morning, like Monday to Friday. And that's with my Instagram. And I just can't believe, ever since we started doing that one strategy where we're, responding, going into the community and also responding to like say comments or whatever on our posts, it's really helped to increase the audience. So that's really, really important to do. And yeah, you can use your desktop or mobile to read and respond to notifications and messages. And as I said, you don't have to flip-flop back and forth. So what are some of the social media tools that everyone's using? And what's your most favorite feature about that tool? So go ahead and drop that in the chat. I'm curious to see what people are using. Business Suite, yep. Anyone else? I just saw someone say trying to settle on one. Oh, Sandra, okay. Yes, Hootsuite and Buffer, but looking for something different. Yeah, that's interesting, Marnie. I use Buffer, and Buffer is like, it's really, oh gosh, what was it monthly? I think it's like $15. I can't remember monthly, but it's okay. But I'm probably gonna switch to something else because my needs have changed, and that's another thing. Your needs might change, so just because you start with one app, it doesn't mean you're going to stay with it forever, because your needs might change. So you might need something that's going to do something different. So one thing that I'm thinking of doing is Repost. Now, Repost is one where you can consistently repost the same thing. So if you're in the Lady Boss community, you'll see that we have the daily hashtags. I have to schedule those into Buffer. Actually, I don't even schedule those in Buffer. I schedule those right within the Facebook, like within the platform. I schedule those weekly. I schedule them. I set them up for the week. Now, the reason why I have to do that is because, like with Buffer, I try to schedule, say, a whole bunch of them, say like a month at a time, and it won't allow you to do that. Whereas an app like Repost, it will help you to, like, it just recycles that same one, same time, at the same day. So Repost is really, really good for that. So when I'm done with Buffer, that's one platform I'm gonna look at using. Joanne, I just use Facebook. Why I like it is because I can understand it. I still understand how to engage or even like Instagram or Twitter. Okay. Do you mean that you don't understand how to go and engage in the community, Joanne? I don't understand.
Even like when it was with Instagram, it was my nieces like years ago started, and I just found it. Yeah, I just didn't understand anything or how to catch on to what they were doing. Like, forget about business, just with my family. And Twitter,
okay.
Same thing. I'm like, who's talking what? And I don't like the stories. Like, I'm not enjoying it.
Oh, the Instagram stories?
Yeah, like,
Oh, okay. Instagram stories are really good. You want to maximize your reach? Do stories.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. So of course, the thing that I hate is the best thing for me. That's been me the last year. Okay.
That's usually the way it goes. But yeah, we could definitely talk about that more later.
Okay. Yeah,
Perfect.
makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so an alternative to doing your own social media is to hire a social media manager to share on your behalf while you're doing like you can still do the engaging. Now, the pro about that is you can save time, but the con is it's really like it's not in your brand voice and it does cost a lot of money. I used to have someone manage my social media, and then it just actually when the pandemic hit and like at the start, and I was starting to lose a lot of clients. I couldn't afford to keep her. Like she was wonderful, but I couldn't afford to keep her, and I just had to take it on myself. Now that I take it on myself and I use these tools, I'm like, I can't believe I spent all that money. But you know what? I did learn from a lot of what she was doing because I really watched what she was doing. So I learned it. And by the time I had to take it on myself, I was able to do it no problem. And I've come up with different strategies that has actually helped to extend our reach and gain, grow our audience. You are, and someone told me this once, you are better off to take a course and learn how to do your social media management on your own than to pay someone to do it. It is way, if you're looking at cost, yeah, it's going to take you time to get through the course and stuff. And if you want, while you're in that, if you want to hire someone to do it for a few months while you're learning, that's fine. But after that, you're so much farther ahead financially to take it on and do it yourself. Okay. And the last strategy is have a plan. So create a strategy that is going to help you show up online consistently. Having a plan will also help you to be intentional with your time. So for those who attended my visibility challenge, we discussed the 7-step process for your 90-day visibility strategy. So one was have a vision of the future. Start with the end in mind. Where do you want your business to be in terms of visibility in the long run? Where do you want your business to be, say, in just 90 days? Okay. Step number 2 was looking at the present. What are you currently doing? What's working? What's not working? What are your biggest struggles? Okay. So you want to definitely focus on, as I said, look at your analytics, things for whatever tools you use to measure what's happening in your business, and then look at where your biggest struggles are, because obviously that's like a bottleneck or a weak point in your business. So you want to focus on those and build a strategy around that. Your primary focus, how do you want to be visible over the next 90 days? Okay. And I say 90 days because like in this visibility strategy, it was 90 days because it seems to be a good amount of time to stay focused, to try something, implement it, see what works, rework the plan, and then try again. Okay. Take action. What do you need to do different in order to create the visibility that you want? So right now, if you're not happy with your visibility, then you need to do something different. If you continue to do the same thing, you're just going to get the same result. Okay. What goal, reward, or milestone can you set up to keep you on track and your eye on the prize? And you want to set your goals. You want to set monthly, weekly, and daily goals. Okay. And you want to write it all out, break it all down. But it's really, really important. You've got to set your goals. And it all starts with you. So who do you need to be to get the results that you want? Do you need to be someone who continues to hide? Are those getting you the results? Or do you need to be someone who decides to release your excuses and step into your full power, step out of that comfort zone, do something different to get the results that you want? And what are you not going to let stop you or hold you back? And again, excuses. We always let our excuses stop us and hold us back, and they stop us from moving forward. release the excuses. So you got to decide, okay, what's the biggest excuse that I'm making? Okay, now I'm going to like, done. I'm done with that. And you know what? There's a lot of mindset work that comes with it. So again, if you were in the visibility challenge, we talked about the mindset blocks that we have, and then the mindset shifts that we need to make in order to grow. And seek help. So what help do you need to be successful and become more visible in your business? So whether that, as I talked about having a social media manager, or getting taking an online course, or hiring a coach, or even if it's like when it comes to planning, if you've got say young kids at home, and you like maybe get the hubby to like, can you just take the kids and keep them busy for like 2 hours while I sit and do my social media planning? Whatever help you need, get the help that you need so that you can get out there and be more visible. All right, so I'm just going to share my screen again. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, good. So, so I talked about the 90-day visibility strategy, okay, and what you need to do. So in my program, the Visibility Authority Accelerator, we're actually going to break it down and explore how you can do that strategy and implement it. Okay. So the Visibility Authority Accelerator program, unlocking the secrets to becoming a 6-figure lady boss. So in this program, I'm going to teach you the steps that I implemented to become more visible in my business. When I started my business, when I started in business about 5 years ago, I was terrified. Even to do one of these Zoom meetings, I was absolutely terrified. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to post my picture on social media and a video. Oh my goodness, I would never have even posted a video. So I had to really step out of my comfort zone and look at what I needed to do, which was like, I fully immersed myself in everything that had to do with being online. That was courses, signing up for speaking events. Like I talked to you about how I spoke on the One Woman Fearless International stage. Terrified me, but I'm so glad I did it. I've done, like I do workshops, like I look for opportunities to speak and just get visible. Look for opportunities to be on TV and be interviewed. Now I have my own TV show. So in this program, it's a live 6-week training. Week number 6 is going to be hot seat coaching call. There's going to be supporting content and templates made available or given to you. And you're going to have a private Facebook community for full support. And what you're going to learn. So in week 1, you're going to learn how to set up and optimize your social media platforms. So this is why, kind of like what we were talking about today, is you want to be able to use your Instagram stories, Joanne. As I said, Instagram stories are like, it is such a good way to get eyes on your business page, like on your Instagram page or your Facebook page. In week 2, we're going to learn how to create cash generating live events on your social media platforms. Okay. And live events can be very daunting. And back to my issues with Facebook, they don't like me for some reason. When I try to go live, they keep locking me out. So it's been fun, but I'm still going to show you how you can create these cash generating live events on your platforms. In week 3, we're going to discuss holding a successful and engaging Zoom or virtual meeting. Just because everything is gone online now, right? I'm sure one day we'll get back into like in-person events, but everything is online. And there's so many different things that you could do online now to make your meetings not so boring. Because I think everyone's getting really zoomed out. So it's nice if people know that oh, so-and-so, they hold a really, really fun Zoom meeting, even if it's the driest topic and it's engaging and stuff, people they'll enjoy your meetings and then they'll come back again. And how to create your marketing machine to maximize your visibility. So we talked about posting across all different social media platforms. So we're going to dive a little deeper into that. And then on week 5, we're going to discuss a press release. Okay, so you can let the media know what's happening in your business. As I've emphasized before, this is probably one of the most underused free methods of advertising. This is actually how I got into TV. So yeah, just creating a press release, it's free advertising. It goes to the media, but it has to be timely as well, which is what we're going to discuss in the course, or what you're going to learn and how to do it. There's going to be bonus. So one bonus valued at $497, self-care and mindset. Okay, that's going to be a module. So these are 2 modules from a previous course that I thought were important to implement into this course. Self-care and mindset, and then how to network like a boss. All right. Getting yourself out there, a lot of it's going to be networking, and we're doing all this online networking now, right? So these are going to be 2 bonuses, and they're really, really good, very good modules. So this program, the Visibility Authority Accelerator, is valued at $19.97, but I have it now on for $297 Canadian. So one-time payment, or now, I wasn't going to do this initially, but now I'm going to do a bit of an extended payment plan and you could do 3 payments of $99. Okay. So invest in your lady boss. What I didn't do was this. Give me a second, because you might want to look at the page. Okay. So that link that I just dropped in the chat will take you directly to the sales page with all the information. Okay. So these are just some testimonials from, some work that I've done. I'm sorry, this one is really, really small, but this was from Lynn after the visibility challenge. And that's actually, it's on the sales page. So you'll be able to read it better on the sales page. Okay. I put my heart and soul into everything that I do. And I got a lot of good feedback from the visibility challenge. And I was just so happy that, like, the transformation, and some of you are here, the transformation that happened in those 3 days, it was like, wow. I just love to see everyone come out of their shells. And it was just such a loving and safe event and community. The Lady Boss community, it's just, I've created that to be a safe space because that's who I am, right? So that's it. Do we have any questions? What time is it? Oh, right, bang on. Okay, I'm going to stop the share. Okay, perfect. Any questions, anybody?
Yes.
Okay, yes, Sandra. And I'm sorry, I feel like I just blew right through that, but as I said, I wanted to stay on the hour.
It's amazing. Really, I thought it was great. I went looking for you and I thought you were boss lady status. You're not, right?
No, we are Lady Boss.
I went looking for this presentation, but I had the wrong thing because I got mixed up with boss lady and lady boss. Now I got it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
are you in the Lady Boss community?
I am. I did, but I meant to. This is crazy. I thought I was posting on yours the whole. I know, because they say Lady Boss and with both. But anyway, I'm going to get it straight. Okay. Lady Boss Accelerator. That's the one I wanted.
Yes. Yes.
I wanted to ask you, how long is the course? Like hours in hours.
Good question. So it's just an hour each week. It's 6 weeks. We start December 2nd at 3 p.m.
Okay.
So it's going to be 3 p.m. each week, and it's just an hour. And what I'm actually adding, because as I'm going through it, I'm realizing, again, mindset is going to be key. So at the end of each hour, whoever wants to stay for like an extra 15, 20 minutes. We're going to do some mindset work. We're going to talk about like if you're feeling stuck or blocked or anything, we're going to do some mindset work because I want to make sure that you are set up to get through, like not just to get through the week, but set up for the week because I want you to get through this challenge successfully. And
Wow.
when you're doing stuff, when you're doing something new or stepping into unfamiliar territory, so much stuff comes up, so much self-doubt, so many fears and worries and anxieties. So I think coaching you on mindset is going to be a key part, so that I am adding that in.
What day of the week? Do you mind? What day of the week is
Oh,
it?
sorry, it's a Thursday. It's going to be every Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just one more and then I'm out. Do I need like a, customer relations management tool? Do you use that? Is that like one of what you were talking about here?
Yeah, CRM tools are very, yeah. Well, it's good to have. I don't want to tell you because I don't even know what your business is. So I don't want to tell you what you do need and what you don't need, but I would highly suggest it because it just helps you to, track everything, gather emails, get information out to your audience. We all saw that whole Facebook shutdown that happened, I don't know, a few weeks ago. And if you didn't have an email list, then you had no way of communicating. Like say it was down for like a week, you'd have no way of communicating with your clients. So it helps you just even, as I said, getting information out, and then you can see the different behaviors, and then you can segment your audience. So say if you sell a product, you can segment your audience into like, this part of my audience likes this, or they came in from this Facebook ad, or they came in from this Black Friday sale or whatever.
It looks so complicated.
Yeah,
It's
I
intimidating.
know.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? That tells me that it's something that you need to do then. If it's something that you're not doing, it's probably something that you need.
Sure.
And you should explore that, getting a CRM tool. And again, there's so many different ones. You need to compare them to determine which ones are good for you.
Okay.
So definitely, as I said, you can use getapp.com to compare them, or just even Google. I need to prepare for my next Zoom. Thank you for this. Thanks, Joanne. Good to see you. Bye.
Nice seeing you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
So-
much. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay, any other questions?
It's just if nobody's asking them. I have there's this group, Find a Team, and they probably get, use places like Fiverr to get, what you need, but they're social media management. And have you found that it was beneficial for yourself getting?
To have a social media manager?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? It really was. And again, my dog business, I call that my business sandbox because I learned everything. Well, not everything, but I learned a lot about building a business, like a solid foundation. And bye, Marnie. See you later. Thanks for coming. Yeah. Oh, Patty, are you out? Okay. Bye, Patty. I'll see you I'll see you in less than an hour. Okay. See ya. Yeah. So it was really helpful to have a social media manager at the time because I was so busy learning how to build my business because I built it from scratch. Like nothing was handed to me. And I learned that I do need to have an online presence, but I didn't really know how. So I had a social media manager managing the social media I'd had her for almost 4 years. And I learned a lot just watching what she was doing. And we would actually have our meetings and we would go through analytics to see, what was working, what was not working. She would make suggestions like, oh, you need to post more video. And I was like, I don't want to do video. Right. So having a social media manager was excellent. And it saved me a lot of time because I was so busy doing like working a full-time job and running, the business and just being a wife and a mother and a friend. You know what I mean? Like I was so like,
it makes
my
sense.
time was consumed.
Yeah,
It did. But as I said, like I learned a lot just from watching her. And when the pandemic hit, because the cost, like it was a lot, it was very expensive. Yeah, I had to let her go, and then I just learned how to do it on my own, and now it's great. So I think if it's something that you need to do for just to get you going, like there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Focus. I always say focus on doing the things that you enjoy or things that you know how to do. Stay in your zone of genius. Yeah. All right. Anybody else? Thanks, Billie Jane. You'll be in touch. Awesome. Yes, we got to catch up. It's been way too long. It's really nice to have you here. Hey, how about you, Lois? Anything? Any questions? No? Okay. Well, thanks for coming, everyone. This was fun. It was great to have you here. Thanks for being fully engaged again. And yeah, I'll see you in the Lady Boss group. And I will be posting a replay. I'll send out the replay link with all the information that I discussed. It'll be on that replay page.
And we have an opportunity later to look at your course and everything. That's going to be in the group as well.
I dropped the link here, but you know what? I will put it in when I do the replay page. I will put the link to that in there as well. And you can take a look.
This was fabulous. It really was. I would love us to have a little virtual tea or ackee and saltfish or whatever, just to some things out. So I'll reach out to you then, if that's okay.
Okay, I'll have a tea. I'm not really big on ackee and saltfish, but my parents, they tried to stuff that down my throat as a kid. And I was like, no thanks.
I love it.
Yeah, I'd love to chat. Okay, everyone have a great day. Yes, thank you, Lois. It was great to see you. Bye, everyone.